She had 30 days before they took everything. He offered her one night to save it all. But the deal came with a price no woman should ever pay. A desperate widow, a ruthless duke. One night that would bind them forever. This is the story of Emma Hart, the woman who bargained with the man who destroyed her family. And by the end, you'll ask yourself if you would have done the same. Don't skip ahead. Every second matters. Because this Duke, he doesn't just take what he wants. He makes you beg for it. Let's begin. My name is Emma Hart, and this is the story of how I became the Frost Duke's disgrace. Winter came early, the year my husband died. Not that I mourned him. Thomas Hart had been a gambler, a liar, and a coward. But his debts? Those were mine to carry. I stood in the study of Hart Manor, staring at a letter I'd read 20 times already. 48,000 pounds. Money I didn't have. Money I'd never have. The lenders were coming in 30 days. And when they came, they wouldn't just take the house. They'd take Lily. Lily was 19, beautiful, fragile. The winter always made her cough, made her lungs strain with every breath. She was the only good thing Thomas had ever given me, a sister-in-law, who became a sister in truth. And I would die before I let them sell her to pay his debts. The door creaked. Emma? Lily stood in the doorway, wrapped in a shawl, her cheeks flushed from fever. You're working too late. Again? I smiled. Just finishing the accounts. She moved closer, and I hid the letter beneath a ledger. I finished the painting today, the one of the river at sunset. I can't wait to see it. After you rest. You sound worse. Lily nodded, already exhausted from just standing. Good night, Emma. The moment she left, I buried my face in my hands. There was nothing left to sell. The furniture was worthless, the land mortgaged, the jewels gone. Nothing except myself. That's when I thought of him. Duke Kade Winter, the Frost Duke. The man who'd bought my husband's debts 6 months ago. The man who'd refused every letter I'd sent, begging for mercy. My family had been prosperous once, respected, until Kade Winter decided we weren't. He'd systematically destroyed my father's business partnerships, blocked our trade routes, spread rumors about our finances. And when Thomas gambled away what little we had left, Winter was there to collect. They said he did it for sport, that ruining families was his hobby. I'd never met him, never spoken to him, but I hated him with every fiber of my being. And now I had to beg him for mercy. Tell me, could you beg the person who destroyed your entire life? The journey north took 3 days. 3 days of frozen roads, howling wind, and a fear that grew with every mile. By the time my carriage reached Frostkeep, a blizzard had swallowed the world. I can't go further, ma'am, the driver shouted over the wind. I stepped out anyway. The cold hit me like a fist. Snow rose to my knees. Each step burned. Each breath felt like ice in my lungs. But I thought of Lily, alone and sick, and I kept walking. Frostkeep rose from the storm like a fortress made of shadow and stone. No lights in the windows, no warmth, just silence and snow. I reached the door and knocked. Once, twice. The wind screamed around me. I knocked again, harder. Finally, the door opened. A servant stared at me with cold suspicion. I must see Duke Kade Winter. The Duke doesn't see unannounced visitors. Tell him Emma Hart is here, about the debt he holds over my family. The servant's eyes widened slightly. Wait here. 5 minutes felt like an hour. Finally, he returned and led me through corridors that felt like a tomb. Stone walls, high ceilings, a fire that did nothing to warm the air. And then I saw him. Duke Kade Winter stood by the fireplace, tall and still as carved marble. Dark hair touched with silver at the temples. Sharp jaw, a scar along his left cheekbone. Eyes the color of winter steel. He was younger than I'd imagined, perhaps 35, and far more handsome than any monster had a right to be. He didn't turn when I entered. So, Emma Hart, the daughter of the man who tried to cheat me. My breath caught. My father never. Your father forged documents, sold shares he didn't own, stole from investors. That's a lie. It's documented, signed, witnessed. My world tilted. I don't believe you. Belief is irrelevant to fact. He finally turned to face me. His gaze traveled over me, slow, assessing, completely without warmth. You're here about the Hart debt. I sank into a curtsy, then kept going, to my knees. Please, Your Grace, I'm begging you. Have mercy. Silence. Long enough that I wondered if he'd even heard me. Then, get up. I looked up. His expression was ice. You're ruining my floor. Heat flooded my face as I stood. Let me be clear, Miss Hart. I don't forgive debts. Then what do you want? I have nothing left. He was silent for a long moment, watching me, weighing something. Then he spoke. I require an heir. The words hit me like a physical blow. What? You heard me. My mind spun, trying to understand. You want a marriage? No. He stepped closer. One night, private, discreet. You give me a child, and the Hart debt is erased. Your sister goes free. You're asking me to... I'm offering you a transaction, your virtue for your family's freedom. This is monstrous. This is business. You destroyed my father, ruined my family, and now you want... What I want is an heir, without the complication of a wife. What you want is survival. We stared at each other across the cold space. I lifted my chin. And if I refuse? Then in 30 days, your sister will be sold to the highest bidder. There are men who pay well for beautiful, virginal girls with nowhere else to go. The room tilted. Lily. They'd take Lily. My hands shook. One night, And the debt is completely gone. Every pound, every document burned. No marriage, no claim on me or the child afterward. He considered. The child stays with me. You leave in the morning and never return. That hurt more than I expected. You'd take my baby? It's my heir, not yours. Tears burned my eyes. But what choice did I have? When? Tonight. Pause the video right now and comment, what would you have done? Would you have taken the deal? He led me through silent corridors to a private wing of the keep. A fire burned in the hearth. A table was set with food and wine. It almost looked prepared. You knew I was coming. I knew you'd have no other choice, eventually. You planned this, all of it. I plan everything, Miss Hart. Rage flared in my chest. You enjoy this, my humiliation, my desperation. For the first time, something flickered in his eyes. Sit, eat. I'm not hungry. You'll eat anyway. You look half-starved. He pulled out a chair, waited. Against my better judgment, I sat. The food was warm, rich, the first real meal I'd had in weeks. He didn't eat, just watched me with those cold, unreadable eyes. Why an heir? I asked finally. Why not just marry someone suitable? Marriage requires trust, companionship, pretense. I have no interest in any of those things. Then why not take a mistress? Pay someone? Because mistresses talk, make demands, become complications. You, however, will disappear. You want nothing from me except your sister's freedom. The honesty stung more than cruelty would have. You really are made of ice. Yes. The fire crackled between us. I studied him in the firelight. There was something wrong about him. Something missing. What happened to you? His eyes snapped to mine. Excuse me? To make you this cold, this calculating. You're here to serve a purpose, Miss Hart, not psychoanalyze me. I'm here because you're forcing me. The least you can do is treat me like a human being. Silence stretched between us. Then, quietly, my family was murdered when I was 16. I froze. My parents, my younger brother, our home was burned while I was away. I'm sorry. Don't be. I'm not telling you for sympathy. I'm telling you so you understand. I learned early that trust is a luxury. Love is a weakness. And family is a liability that can be taken from you. Something in my chest cracked. Here was a man who'd lost everything, just like me. But where I'd fought to save what remained, he'd frozen himself solid to never feel that pain again. So you decided to never let anyone close. I decided to survive. We sat in silence. Then he spoke again, softer this time. Finish your wine. I looked at the glass. My hand trembled as I lifted it. You're afraid. I'm not. You are. And you have every right to be. He stood slowly, crossed to where I sat, and then he knelt. My breath caught. The cold Duke on his knees in front of me. May I touch you? That that single question unraveled every defense I had. I'd prepared myself to endure, to close my eyes and survive. I had not prepared for gentleness, for being asked. Yes. His hand moved to my cheek, warm, careful. If you want me to stop at any point, say so. I'll honor it. Tears pricked my eyes. Why are you being kind? Because cruelty in this serves no one. I took everything from you by circumstance of business. I won't take your dignity, too. A sob caught in my throat. He wiped my tears with his thumb. Breathe, Emma. The sound of my name on his lips did something strange to my heart. When he kissed me, the world fell away. His touch was careful, patient, nothing like I'd expected. He guided me to the bed with a gentleness that confused me, undressed me slowly, asking permission with every layer. And somewhere in the dark, between his whispered questions and careful touches, I stopped pretending I didn't feel something dangerous blooming in my chest. This wasn't supposed to feel like this. It was supposed to be cold, transactional. Instead, it felt like being seen for the first time in my life. And that terrified me more than anything. Have you ever felt something you knew you shouldn't? Comment if you have. I left before dawn. He was still asleep when I dressed, gathered my cloak, and slipped into the cold. I told myself it was over. One night, that was all. I'd never see him again. The journey home felt longer. The winter landscape seemed darker somehow. Or maybe it was just me. When I arrived, Lily was waiting at the door. Emma, you're freezing. Where were you? Settling father's old business matters. She looked at me strangely. For 3 days? It's handled now. We're safe. Safe? What does that mean? I took her hands. It means the debt is cleared. No one's coming for us. How? Emma, what did you do? What I had to. I saw the moment she understood. Her face crumpled. Oh, Emma, no. It's done, and I'd do it again. She pulled me into a fierce hug. You saved us. I saved us. 3 days later, a letter arrived. Plain envelope, ducal seal. My hands shook as I opened it. Inside, a single document. Debt satisfied in full. All liens released. Hart Manor returned to Emma Hart, sole proprietor. No signature, no explanation. Just freedom. I should have felt relieved. Instead, I felt hollow, like I'd left part of myself in that frozen keep, which was ridiculous. He was the man who'd destroyed my family, but he was also the man who'd asked permission before touching me. The man who'd knelt. The man who'd whispered my name, like it meant something. I shook my head, trying to clear it. It was over. I'd never see him again. That's what I told myself. I was wrong. 2 weeks passed. Then, the sickness started. Mornings where I couldn't keep food down. A heaviness in my body I couldn't explain. Exhaustion that pulled me under like a tide. And then, I knew. I was carrying his child. Panic seized me. What would I tell Lily, the servants, the village? I was an unwed widow, pregnant with a duke's bastard. Scandal would destroy us, worse than debt ever could. And he'd made it clear, the child was his, not mine. He'd take my baby the moment it was born. So I decided to hide it. I'd say the baby was Thomas's, a final gift before his death. Let them think I'd mourned him properly. Let them think I was respectable. It was the only way. But secrets have a way of coming out. 6 weeks into the pregnancy, the fever came. It started as a chill, then heat, then fire in my veins. I collapsed in the hallway. Lily found me, delirious and burning. "Get the doctor!" she screamed. The physician came within the hour. He examined me while I drifted in and out of consciousness. His face was grave when he stood. "She's with child. The fever is dangerous. For both." Lily gasped. "What? Emma, you're..." The doctor touched her shoulder. "I've given her medicine. Now, we wait." "Will she die?" "I don't know." I drifted in darkness. Voices, hands, cold cloths on my forehead. Time meant nothing. And then, a voice I never expected to hear again. "Emma!" Through the haze, I heard him. "Where is she?" Lily's voice. "Your Grace, what are you..." "Where is Emma?" Footsteps pounded on the stairs. The door slammed open. Kade Winter burst into my room, soaked from rain, wild-eyed. The physician stepped back. "Your Grace, how did you know..." "Get out." "But Your Grace, get out." The room emptied. Kade dropped to his knees beside my bed. His hand found mine, burning, trembling. "You don't get to leave. Do you hear me? You don't get to leave." My eyes fluttered open. "Lily..." "She's safe. I brought her to Frostkeep the moment I heard you were sick. She's being cared for." "How did you know?" "I have people watching, making sure you're safe." His voice cracked. "I never meant to love you." Silence. But I do. Even through the fever, I heard him, and something in my chest unlocked. I thought, one night, I lied to myself, to you. I wanted more from the moment you knocked on my door. I tried to let you go. I told myself it was done. But when I heard you were sick, carrying my child, I couldn't breathe. "You're mine, Emma. Mine to protect. Mine to keep safe. And I'm not losing you." My fingers squeezed his, barely, but enough. I woke 3 days later to sunlight. A cradle sat beside my bed. Inside, a tiny baby slept, dark hair, perfect tiny fingers. A daughter. Kade sat slumped in a chair, head in his hands. He hadn't shaved. His clothes were wrinkled. He looked like he'd been through war. When he looked up, his eyes were red. "You came back." "I never left." I held her the moment she was born. I stayed while you fought the fever. I prayed to gods I don't believe in. We stared at each other, two broken people who'd found something neither expected. "Marry me." I blinked. "What?" "Not for duty, not for the child, for truth. I want you, Emma, in my home, in my bed, in my life. I want to wake up to you every morning and know you're safe. I want to be the man you can trust, the man you choose." I looked at our daughter, at the man who'd saved us both, at the life I never thought I'd have. "You destroyed my family. I know. I hated you." "I know." Tears rolled down my cheeks. "But I think I love you too. His breath shuddered. Yes, I'll marry you. He kissed my forehead, my cheeks, my lips, gentle, reverent, like I was something precious. I'll spend the rest of my life making up for what I took from you. You already have. Would you marry the man who destroyed your family, but saved your life? Comment your honest answer. They called it scandal. I called it survival. He called it redemption. But in the quiet moments, when he held our daughter and sang softly in a language I didn't know, when he kissed my forehead before dawn, when he whispered my name like a prayer, we called it love. And some loves are worth any price. 6 months later, we stood in the chapel at Frost Keep. Lily was there, healthy and smiling, holding our daughter. Kade's hand held mine as we spoke our vows. And when he kissed me, the entire congregation disappeared. It was just us, the way it had always been meant to be. That night in our room, he held me close. I need to tell you something. What? Your father, the documents, they weren't real. I pulled back. What? I forged them to justify taking your family's assets. I was angry, broken, and I took it out on innocent people. I took it out on you. Silence. I'm telling you because I won't have lies between us. And because you deserve to know the man you married is capable of terrible things. Tears burned my eyes. I should have been furious, devastated. Instead, I just felt sad for both of us. You were hurting. That doesn't excuse it. No, but I understand it. I took his face in my hands. We're both different people now. We built something good from something broken. And I choose you. Every day, I choose you. He buried his face in my neck and held me like I was the only solid thing in the world. And maybe I was. Have you ever forgiven someone for something unforgivable? Tell me your story in the comments. Subscribe for more dark romance stories where broken people find their way home. Because the coldest hearts burn the hottest. And this Frost Duke, he melted completely. And their love, it set the whole world on fire. The end.